Hi folks, Sean here. Wanted to take a minute to do a separate video exclusively for the Electro Harmonix C9 organ emulation pedal because there's so many cool features in it, it would take a whole video just to show you. So here we go. This is a pedal that will allow you to emulate a handful of different kinds of famous organs. Anything from a compact Farfisa kind of cheesy 60s sound to a deep purplish Hammond with distortion. They even have a setting called Prague, which is only for Czechoslovakian melodies. Now actually it's the progressive setting that's supposed to be kind of a Keith Emerson root fifth kind of harmony keyboard setting. We have your tone wheel. We have a shimmer setting, which creates almost a synth pad sort of swelling up sustaining thing in the background that was kind of made popular by Brian Eno. So that's interesting for atmospherics. Then I mentioned we have a deep purple one, which is a very growly Hammond. We also have a Mellotron flute of all things that is reminiscent of what you probably heard on Strawberry Fields. And then we have one called Blimp, which is a John Paul Jones Led Zeppelin sort of Hammond emulation. Pressed Tone, who could that be? Billy Prestone played with the Beatles, so it's Billy Preston's kind of organ sound. And then the last one we have is Telstar, which is a really wacky kind of one that you probably heard on songs like She's a Little Runaway, not the Bon Jovi one, but the Del Shannon one from the 60s. So let's go through each one of these and see what they can do. There's also a few different settings and ways to tweak them once they're on. Some of these settings allow you to have almost a Leslie rotating cabinets sound, which of course is part and parcel with the organ anyway. It doesn't sound too good without some wobble shaking it up. Of course you can go and use something like the Univibe and get a simulation of that as well, which I'll show you here in a minute. But the one built in here isn't bad. So let's start out with the tone wheel one and see what we get here. Now actually let's start with one that I really like, the press tone. It just responds really smoothly. It doesn't have any weird overtones. This pedal is a little squirrely depending on the setting, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. Some patches respond better than others when it comes to tracking smoothly. But for the most part, it's really good. I don't use it a whole lot, but when I do, it's really handy to have something jump out of the mix. So let's have a listen here to the press tone, as they call it. Turn up the modulation, you get a little more of a swell to it. And there's also a click knob on here that dials in the amount of percussive attack that you would get, because that's a thing that you get with the Hammond quite a bit. Wobble to that on this end, and look out. All right, number one's a tone wheel. Let's have a listen to this and see what we get here. bad for guitar, huh? Here's the prog one, and you can dial in how much of a harmony it does. It puts a fifth underneath the note you're playing. Pretty cool. This is the compact, which you get almost that Doors kind of sound. And here's the shimmer that I talked about, which is almost a sustained kind of synth pad kind of thing. And here's the deep purple setting. Could be used for other things too. Then here's the Mellotron flute sound. I'm going to dial back the guitar so you don't hear it as much and you hear just the flute. It's pretty cool. Here's the Led Zeppelin one that number 8 is the Preston one that you already heard. The last one is the Telstar, which is totally whack. It's like a And there you have it, the Electro Harmonix C9 organ emulation pedal.